What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to break down the 3 main things that you need to actually have a house buying machine. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Joel Aponte and I've helped hundreds of real estate investors actually get automated and consistent deal flow at a profit with their house buying machines. What is exactly a house buying machine? Well, essentially we believe that as real estate investors, we went ahead and got into this vertical, into this niche, into this business opportunity to work less and make more. And oftentimes the hustle grind mentality has led us in the wrong path. And so what we've been able to do is really narrow down what is required to have a discounted house buying system that gets deals, ideal property deals, in your pipeline so you can close them. And it doesn't really matter if you're looking to wholesale, rentals, flips, short-term Airbnbs, maybe you're looking to do this on the side. If we're able to actually build a house buying machine that has these 3 components that I'm gonna break down here in detail, this is gonna make the entire difference in the world. So without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss. Now, a house buying machine and a house buying system needs 3 things. The first one is having an ideal property lead system, right? What does that mean? Do you have a pipeline coming in 24/7 that has ideal properties for your preferred exit strategy? So I'm not talking about just having rando properties out in the middle of nowhere, out in the boonies. I'm talking about profitable leads of the ideal property that you're looking for, whether that's in your local market or you're looking to wholesale it virtually. Having ideal property leads is step 1. Okay, so how exactly are we able to do this? We're gonna break that down in this video, okay? So stick till the end. The second piece is having a virtual acquisition team that is able to manage those leads while you do higher profitable, higher revenue activities and you leverage them, okay? So what we do is we get virtual acquisition agents that are bilingual, mainly in the same Central Standard Time that we operate in, more or less. And so we believe that this is key because having a virtual acquisition team allows you to not waste your time as leads come in. We all know it's a funnel, and as leads come in, you need to have somebody that knows how to qualify them and can talk with them and can either set up appointments for you or close the deals for you and turn that angry motivated seller into a happy motivated seller and actually get you to a deal. We're gonna break this down a little bit more in detail here in a second. And then the third piece is follow up on sales systems, okay? We know that there's a lot of money in the follow-up. The motivated seller window is kind of a narrow window and they tend to kind of be more motivated sometimes than others. And so by having a system that does automated follow-up with voicemail, email, text messages, direct mail as well, you're able to capitalize more on your leads and keep it all centralized, okay? So if you are missing any of these 3 in your business right now, you do not have a business. You just have a hustle, okay? But we're gonna fix that right now. Okay, so first step on ideal property leads, okay? I want you to think about the deals that you've made that have been the most profitable for you. Okay, so just take a second, just write down what are the most profitable deals that you've made and what do those properties look like? And I'm talking about in detail, right? Is it a 2-floor property or just a 1-story? Is it 3-bedroom, 2 baths? Is it in a certain school district? Okay, did they have 100% equity or did they have a mortgage? And also we want to lay the property with the actual demographics of the person. Were they an older person? Were they younger? You know, what was their scenario like? Were they getting a divorce? Or was it an inherited property? Were they out of state or not? Okay. It's very important to understand not only the property characteristics, okay, but also the demographics of the person, right? The demographics of the person. And what you want to do is you want to layer those characteristics and not only attack them offline, market to them offline, but also online. And what that's going to do is going to get you from a huge list to only a smaller list that you could really focus on, okay? By doing that, your ROI is going to go through the roof, okay? One of the ways that we're able to boost and really make this a lot easier is by starting our members with paper lead generation, where they essentially just pick a county and they start getting viable leads coming in, guaranteed, and they only pay per viable lead, meaning that it's in their county, it's not listed on the MLS, it's the correct contact information, it's viable real estate, right? So it's not like a mobile home on a rented lot and they're able to actually get a hold of the owner, and it's not a flipper or a wholesaler or an agent. You get my drift, right? So first step to build your house buying machine is to actually have ideal property leads coming to you. It's a lot easier to have conversations and to be able to delegate conversations, which is the next step that we're going to be talking about, when you have motivated seller leads reaching out to you. I'm sure that if you've been in this game for any amount of time, maybe cold called or do some, door knocking. And the issue with that is you're approaching somebody and you're catching them out of the blue and they have no intent that moment to sell. And sure, you may get lucky and get a few deals like that, but is it really sustainable for you to really, get that amount of negativity coming your way, right? Why not just be a marketer, right? Why not attract your ideal property seller leads so that you are not getting told, kick rocks, right? I mean, who isn't tired of that? That's why we want to become, right, a magnet for the ideal property that we're looking for. And this may mean something different to you than the next guy, all right? And so that's why we want to make sure that we get this right. So that's the first step. And the second step is setting a virtual acquisition team that is able to handle calls, able to qualify sellers through different, buckets. And the beauty about this is we figured out a way to there's really 4 categories to a motivated seller. The first one is a wacko lead, okay? This is somebody that they have unrealistic expectations of the market. They're insanely overpriced. They have no timeline. They say the property is in perfect condition. So really, you don't want to waste your time with these. You want to go ahead and, mark these as cold and let the system do a little follow-up for you. Then you've got the retail leads, okay? The retail seller leads. So what this is they want to sell, but they're not in a rush. Their house is in showroom condition or close to showroom condition. They do not mind the showings, okay? So, the key question here is, would there really be a reason you would take a discount for your home? And if their house is in good shape, they should really just go ahead and list. We're not a fit for everybody. And you're gonna get a lot of these wacko retail seller leads if you don't get this process of ideal property selection correct in the first instance. Then we've got what we call the uneducated sellers. These uneducated sellers, they have motivation. Their home, so that means they have a timeline, right? Their home probably needs some repairs. They may say, oh, it's only cosmetic, but that's code for it doesn't work. They don't want to list. They don't want to deal with the whole showings. And a lot of times these uneducated sellers, they just need somebody to walk them through the process of, okay, how does a cash offer, compare, right? How does it compare to actually going retail? Because they could go either way. There's really 2 ways to sell a house. They could go retail or they could go as is, right? And so when they're uneducated, you want to help them determine what's their best strategy there. So that's the uneducated seller. And then next one is the laydown, okay? With this laydown lead, what you want to do is make sure that you do not scare them off, right? They already have a lot of motivation. They already know that the property needs repairs. But what you don't want to do is show commission breath when you know that they're already priced correctly. You want to take care of them, right? So the way that we deal with these, it's a systematic, scientific way as leads come in that's totally trainable. This does not have to be you. You can stay at your day job. You can actually run the business as a business. And it doesn't mean that you need a level 10 talent to actually qualify that seller. And this virtual acquisition team can get to the phone a lot faster than probably you can, right? If you're busy doing other stuff, they are able to follow the process, which is repeatable here. And that brings you leverage so you can focus on other aspects. Maybe you have a deal that you're selling or that you're rehabbing, or maybe you have a high income, high earning job at corporate America. This allows you to get scale and not miss out on leads, all right? So that's why you need a virtual acquisition team that is trained to be able to qualify this. And really the end result of this is either having appointments, right? So the result here is you're gonna have appointments scheduled in your calendar or contracts. Okay. Now, getting somebody to actually get contracts for you, closing over the phone, it takes more training, it takes repetition, it does take a higher level skill. Setting appointments and qualifying those sellers and giving you the notes, it's something that, fairly easily to get. Now, follow-up sales systems, okay? To actually have a discounted house buying system, you need follow systems with voicemail, text messaging, email, direct mail, because let's say that at some point you have a lead that came into your system as a wacko lead, somebody that was not really motivated whatsoever, or maybe it was a retail lead and the market changed or something changed, because a lot of these folks, they're just one life event from becoming a real motivated seller. By having a follow-up system, automated system that actually brings them back from the dead, and that you can monitor this entire process from contact to close, is simply a non-negotiable in the current times that we're in, right? Long past for the times of managing your deal flow on a notepad. Can you do that? For sure. But if you truly wanna survive in any market as a real estate investor, we make the money on the buy, and you need to be able to look at your business holistically from one central place. And so having a contact to close system is huge, that does automated follow-up, and that raises a notification back to your virtual acquisition team when somebody comes back and says, hey, I want a cash offer, right? So with that said, these are the three components that any real estate investor needs to have a discounted house buying machine, right? Little logo here, so that you can actually get freedom, create income, create wealth with real estate investing. So let me know in the comments what sort of questions you have. We have a lot of resources, and if you want my help actually setting up your discounted house buying system, we've been able to get over 7 figures in results with our clients by helping them implement these same principles, taking them by the hand and actually getting their deal flow consistent, right? Predictable deal flow, because this is what's key. Without the buy, there's no money to be made. There's really no business. So let me know in the comments what sort of questions you have. Check out some other resources as well. And I left this video up in here that I think you're gonna enjoy.